everyone, welcome to another episode of Bravely Better. Hack Your Hormones is the topic today, and with me I have Mike Jam Prosnick, who is the owner and the inventor. I want to call inventor because we will listen to why we call him the inventor of Jam Fitness. A very good friend of mine, and he had a big role to play in my lifestyle change as well. He was my big journey partner to size 0 people.
Oh, yes. Yeah. What's crack-a-lackin'? We appreciate you guys joining us today. Hopefully you have a pen and paper because we got some mental notes to take today, Artie.
Yeah, we do. And I say you were a big part of my lifestyle change because right about the time I met you was when I was diagnosed with depression. Mm-hmm. And remember the time when I used to come to the gym and I'd be like, Mike,
put me through a hard workout.
Crush me.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You used to crush me. Yeah. And I never knew why I left happy after that 30 minutes. Yep. And there is an abbreviation for JAM. Why don't you tell my audience what it means?
Just about me. So think about the Calgon moment that people don't take anymore. Just about me, which is about you putting time into your fitness. What Artie said is very important. I had 50 grateful years on this earth to understand basically what I was doing wrong from the day I actually came to this earth. And what Artie's talking about right now with mental health, it's because unfortunately we never involved our kids into immersion. Immersion's understanding as soon as they come out of the beautiful womb in this world, the world's not nice in every aspect. So if we want to defend our mentality and our mental health, we have to set up a systematic approach or foundation as a family, how to raise our kid in such a wild, wild west, which was back in the day, or wild, wild web, which is today, 2024. We have the solution, but do you have what it takes to actually do it? Right. That's the key, is not knowing all the answers like Jeopardy. It's about applying the answers every day.
So true. Because when I met you, I think I was a size 12. I was going through depression, and some way food was the comfort that I had. And when I think pre-COVID, for almost 4 years, and you put me up on the gym wall as well, into my transformation from 12 to 0.
Now, from Artie's perspective and mine, what I want you guys to understand is what we're sharing with you is our story, so you don't have to actually start where we started. Unfortunately, we came into it backwards because, again, we felt victimized, we had stress, we didn't know what to eat. So we had all these things we had to solve before we understood a lifestyle. But think about it this way. If you have a young kid right now and your kid starts to be active 20 minutes a day, starts eating the food with you at the table, immediately you're creating some defenses of how to deal with stress, how to ignite healthy living, and the people don't have time for that right now.
Right.
So what we're trying to say is when Artie, unfortunately it took me 13 years to be obese, Artie was a little bit later in life, and then we put the line in the sand. There should never have to be a line in the sand. If you immerse yourself in the daily, then there's no challenge long term. But the challenge is if we're not used to the daily, it becomes work. And we were just talking to the guy doing this podcast, is everyone wants to be successful, but they're not willing to do the what? Work.
The work.
And that is the daily. And if I could teach my kids that and you that, and then the future that, I'm going to immerse you today in a step-by-step process. When you leave here, actions matter more than energy. So when we leave here, we have to have a blueprint with a plan.
Very true. 2019, there was a survey, and the results are there. 7.1% of the youth, which is approximately 4.4 million, were diagnosed with anxiety. Non-suicidal self-harm went up to 9%. And 2022 survey results, we don't even want to talk about it. It is there. It is happening, and we are all stuck in this web of anxiety, depression, and whatnot. And the youth today, I think they have it harder than what we went through.
I look at it this way. We look at ourselves as victims now. It's not my fault. The reason is outside my control. Well, if you talk to any professional athlete or anyone good at anything, they live by that stress. Yes. You have to understand stress is not negative and it's never going away. It's when you think it's going away or it's not supposed to be there, you don't know how to deal with it or approach it. So the most important thing that I say every day is have a routine, which is an algorithm for success. Mine, and I'm just going to share this with you, is I wake up and I pray because I thank the Lord that I had another day today on this beautiful earth. Number two is I read my devotional so I could understand one page of what I could get better at as a person.
Right.
Then I look at my business and say, what victory could I do in my business? Either inspiring a client, making a sale. Then what do I work on for my family values in my home? And then my finances have to go on top of that. If I do that daily, it's still stressful.
Right.
It's not going to go away, but I feel like I could breathe. The majority wait until they're ready to bust. That's what happened when I met you and you had all that excess weight on you. Same thing with me when I was 13. So we started in a hole. Why do you want your kids to start in a hole?
Very true.
So really what we have to restart is from the ages, and I'm living this right now, being 5 years of age, the 13 years of age are the most important years of your life. Most important years. Either you're going to get a mental toughness or you're going to get a victim mentality. And that's coming from your surrounding family. That's coming from what you're digesting every day. And it's going to lead you to where you go, no matter if you like it or not.
Very true.
Because the mind is the most powerful thing, positive or negative.
Let's talk about the correlation. You said mind and fitness. So physically fit equal to mentally fit or mentally fit equal to physically fit. How does it work?
Very important because people always say, you know, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yes.
Right? And then the majority of smart people, not scientists, but smart people say, just start, right? Just start. Who cares? Just start one of the two. But the most important thing to me is movement because, again, the neurological, the cognitive skills, if you don't shake it or move it, it's not going to work. So to me, I believe in movement and then proper nourishment. So what I tell a lot of my clientele or my friends is think of your body like a flower. And the most important thing is health is wealth. So the sunlight helps, which is vitamin D, activity of rain on your body, just taking in the whole climate. But then what you eat is nourishment that will basically make your cells come alive, or they'll close your cells up with more toxins and carcinogenics. And guess what? Majority of people are having the wrong food. So they're not moving because they don't have an hour or they think they need a gym. Then they're eating fast food because they're stressed out. All these things are going to work in a cycle against you or for you. The unfortunate part why I'm here right now and it's intimate to me is the majority of you guys, and I'm going to say you guys, are on this side of no activity. I'm going to get there when my kids are done or when I'm going to retire. Or when my kid gets older, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to start my nutrition next week. I'm going to start it when, guess what? That bus already left. I'm 50 years of age. When I get sick, it takes longer. When I run, it takes longer. When I try to get fit, it takes longer.
Yep.
So if I know this at 50, why the heck am I going to wait for my kid to learn this at 50 when I could teach them at 5 or 10?
Right.
I'm a dad mom. I'm very proud of being a dad mom. I mean, my priority is my family first. And when I found out about wealth, and wealth is great, and I've been there before, wealth will come and go. Learn how to stay underneath that means and share that time with your family. America has it all wrong with the big houses, the new cars, and everything else. I'd rather make less and stress less.
Yes.
That's not where we're going as Americans anymore. And they say life is harder, and I'm sorry I had to situate this in my aspect for my grandmother. When's the last time you washed your, clothes with your hands?
I don't know. Forever.
How about your dishes?
Yeah, daily. Pretty much daily, people. Yes.
How about mow your lawn yourself?
Oh, no.
These are all things that took up more time.
Yes.
So you have more time now, but you rather be less active. You know why I just fired my lawn guy? Those are calories I could burn. Those are he's taking my activity away. So
and you're paying him to take your activity
and
away.
I feel like I'm winning. It's backwards. So I always say, where everyone else is going, go the other way. Because that's the answer. Don't follow the masses, okay? Or the A's, which you know that way. Go that way. And when you do, you're known as an anomaly. People see you differently, and sooner or later, they'll start paying attention.
So technically, we could engage our kids into smaller activities like these, mowing the lawn. Back in the day, I remember I used to clean up our yard. And you would have pretty much mowed the lawn. That's how we earned our allowance.
No kids around here do that.
Right. And is that lifestyle change
Yep.
happening because we as parents are not making our children into the routine of doing things,
It's your
helping
fault.
out?
When I look in the mirror, it's my fault. I'm Kung Fu Panda. If you never saw Kung Fu Panda, you look for the answer. And then when Kung Fu Panda found the answer, because the guy said it was in the scroll, Artie, guess what was in the scroll? A mirror. A freaking mirror. Look in the mirror. Because here's one thing. This upsets me, and you're going to hear a lot. I hate when I go to my kid's football game and the coach is 320 pounds telling him how he used to play football in high school. Okay? First of all, you haven't ran a mile yourself in over 20 years, and you're telling my kid how to work out because you used to do it back in the day. When milk was a quarter, now it's $5.50 a gallon. That makes me sick. So the challenge, like we said, is anyone could talk and agree with what we're saying. Will you put the plan together? And if I see a valid area of change in this world, and my kid has learned this with immersion, which means he's in DLI, dual languages for his grade. He'll be bilingual by 5th grade. He will learn Spanish for the fact of one reason. In that Spanish class, guess how much English they speak?
0.
So if they're saying stand in Spanish and everyone stands, guess what my son's going to figure out means stand?
Yeah.
That's immersion. You have no choice. So I'm going to say this. If you really love your kids as much as I do, and this is just a story, I could go off on rambles all the time. Artie wants to succeed more than life, she says. So I tell her to come to the beach with me. Dress up all pretty. She dresses up all pretty. I said, Artie, come into the water with me. She's like, Mike, I'm all dressed up pretty. Why do I want to get in the water? I'm like, come on, Artie, come on in the water. She gets in the water. I say, put your head underneath that water. She's like, what? I just did all my hair. Okay, perfect. Hold her down. She can't breathe. She can't breathe. I'm like, you want it? Like that? You better love it and want it more than you want to breathe. And if not, it'll never work.
Yes.
Energy and motivation goes away. Discipline's the daily. So if I could leave with anything aspect for an outline, my wife and I go over family, fitness, finance, and faith every year for the last 14 years. We make a plan. The first year we hit 10%, second we hit 30. Now we're about 95%. Never meant to hit 100, just like a goal. But the fact is, we put workouts as a priority in our house. 3 days a week for our kids, 20 to 30 minutes. We eat, dinner with them, and they're healthy dinners that we prepare the menu on Sundays. We pray, or at least say, be grateful every day to something higher than you. And on top of that is, what did you do today that you couldn't have done yesterday?
Right.
And those are pivotal moments of something that creates inertia. And it builds over time. The challenge of us sitting right here and people listening, and this happens to everybody, they always thought your life was this easy.
Oh, yeah.
You were always that pretty. You didn't have to work hard. The genetics, the family you came. Excuses aren't solutions. You got to be willing to put that work in.
Right.
But that daily consistency is, I'm short, bald, and red. The Lord gave me no chance on this earth. But he said, for crap and giggles, let's see what he could do. So I became funny. I started working out, and I create my own character to be who I am. People make fun of me every time, but the fact is I know who I am, and I'm comfortable who I am. People say, oh, they picked on you. That's not right. I don't care. Life is not right. Once you understand that stress is why I go for a run, I don't write that email back until after I work out. Then I say, dear Judith, great opinion. I just choose to disagree with you right now, but I didn't strangle her. So that is mental health. And I'm sorry, I'm not avoiding it. A pill's not going to happen. Going out dancing, drinking's not going to avoid it. You're going to wake up to stress every day. And it's okay. When do we tell the world that stress is okay, Artie?
We have to accept it. Stress is gonna continue. It's gonna be a big part of our life. Let it be youth, let it be a grown-up, let it be married, with children, grandkids. It's gonna be there. That is a luggage that you're gonna carry with you no matter what.
Yep.
But how do we deal with it? How do we balance it? How do we find that striking balance? Boom. When I'm stressed, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna leave my stress here. I'm gonna go do that 1 mile.
Yep.
Walk, run, or even just go take a breath of fresh air. Come back in. The stress is still going to be waiting. We just have to figure out how to deal with it,
That's
right?
So you drive a beautiful Porsche. I love Porsches myself. And if the technician came to you and said, Artie, you need a new tire, what are you going to do?
Obviously, get a new tire.
You got it.
Yeah.
So when a doctor says, hey, Artie, unfortunately, not you, but I'm using an example, you're obese right now, you have high cholesterol, I encourage you to work out. What's the average person do?
Can I get a pill?
Yeah.
Because it's easy.
Yeah, but think about this. What we just said is you care more about your car than your body.
True.
Shame on us.
Very true.
Good job, Porsche, for the marketing. Very smart, but wrong. So once you start uncovering the marketing and understanding that they're treating you like a sheep, or that you're actually creating bigger problems, that you have to unwind that and show your kids, because it's going to go threefold quicker than them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
My biggest thing is people already, and I live now farther up north, we got out of the city, and this kills me to this day. I'm like, man, did you see that new fast food restaurant that opened up? You know what they always say to me? I don't eat fast food. Then why is there so many? Why is there so many?
Yeah.
Oh, Chick-fil-A? That's Lord's Chicken. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. Oh, they go quicker, 15 minutes and I'm out of there. But I would never eat Taco Bell. The fact of the matter is, and I came to parties, thank goodness Artie and Prabhu invited me, healthy food is natural cultural food. So no matter when I came here and had Indian food, or you come to my house and have Polish food, it's not processed. It's not, as far as in a lot of salt and sodium sitting there to be preserved. That's healthy lifestyle. So diet and lifestyle are two different words. Lifestyle, on Sundays with my wife, on Saturdays, we write our whole menu. And why we do that, and she has the right to trump anything or change anything, I look forward to food.
Yes.
I love my food.
We all live for food. We are blessed that we could eat. We are financially sound enough to eat whatever we want. But isn't it the choice that we make? Okay, this is what we're gonna eat. This is more clean. We don't want processed food. And we can go on and on about food and diet, but end of the day, it's the principles that we are instilling in our children, that food is medicine. It has a large part in your life. And when you start taking food and consider it as your way of healing your body, that is when your fitness regime starts.
Correct.
You just eat right. They call it eat right, Mike. I never understood the concept of eat right. I understand eat healthy. That's fine. But what is eat right?
You know, some people say eat to live or live to eat. Which way you're going to do it, right? And eat to live is what you're speaking about. And the key to me, like you said, and there's two different elements, is when I was here for the last Diwali party, and I was sitting, because I always learn from people, and that's what I like to do, is like just learn. And I was sitting and I was asking the Indian parents here, especially the females, about their kids, if they like the Indian culture or they like the Chick-fil-A and pizza. And guess what they said?
Chick-fil-A and pizza.
That's right. Yeah. So who's giving them the Chick-fil-A and pizza then? Because everyone else has it, it's okay. Yeah. So we're actually hindering our kids through the fact that we're not making a stand. So it's not the kids already, it's us. And I'm okay taking that responsibility on. But when this is the difference too, is I believe in showing your kid through action, not just dictation. So when I tell you my kids work out, I worked out with them.
Yes.
When I tell you that they eat healthy and they still have treats, I eat that with them. When I talk about devotional, I do that with them. Gratitude, I do that with them. So I'm not a sideline dad. I'm a dad that's interactive. And there's something to be said that if you don't want to do it, we're still going to do it. And they'll step up.
Right.
I feel a very sad situation in this world with the consumption of America and the marketing of America, with our health, with nutrition, with our exercise programs. We're never going to catch up like the deficit.
No, we won't.